Hey guys, welcome back to Electrified Reviews. My name is Mitch, and today we're going to be checking out the inverter from Mokwheel. Now, first things before we jump into it, there is two pieces to this kit. You can buy both of them separately, but Mokwheel sent us both of them, and they work in tandem pretty well. So we've got the inverter and the bag on this side, and then we've got the solar chargers on this side. Later in the video, we're going to be installing it on the bike. For now, I just wanted to look at it, look at the build quality, and touch on some of the points right out of the bag. So go ahead and open this up. So it's this nice little semi-hard case. There's an attachment on the back. That's what this goes to. This is going to be used for installing on the bike in a little bit. So go ahead and open that up. Pull this bad boy out. So there she is. So this is the inverter. Now, we've got quite a few options with this. So you can turn it on and off here. Don't think it'll do anything without being plugged into the battery. Yeah, so we're gonna plug in the battery to turn it off. But a couple things we can go over here. We have got our on-off button right here. We've got an AC. We can turn on the AC plugins that are on this side. And we've got USB-Cs for 100 watts, 27 watts, and a 10 amp, 12 volt DC in. And we've got a USB. I forgot what those were called. And this is our DC in. This is what we're going to plug into the solar chargers later in the video. So build quality feels very solid. Has a nice look to it. I'm a big fan of this sort of like faux leather handle here. And yeah, it looks nice. Feels nice. So far, I think that is going to be a pretty nice product just based on the feel. Go ahead and pull this out. This is our cable. And this is what we're going to do when we plug it into the bike later on in the video. And I'm just going to keep telling you what we're going to do later on in the video, I guess. So, got the cable here. Nice, thick cable. Seems to be really solid quality, which honestly I've been pretty impressed with Mokwheel quality just in general. They seem to have some pretty nice, high-quality stuff. Then we move on to, move this stuff out of the way. Then we move on to our solar panels here. Now there is a zip pocket over here, and we unzip this, a couple different plug-in options, and we have got two USB ports, DC port, and I'm assuming this is going to be our in port right here. So you can get most of this, and it just sticks out a little bit on the side. I don't think there's any actual pockets. Look, they got some weather-sealed zipper nuts on there, which is nice. Nice little handle. There is a stand on the back, so when you have these things folded out, put them on the stand. It's a little heavy for it right now because they're all kind of bunched up together. But yeah, not really going to break this one out because I need a little bit more space. Let's go ahead and head outside and see how this is all going to fit on your Mokwheel. All right, so now we're down here on the bike, and I'm going to show you how to install it. So the first thing you do is we got this nice little gadget here. And this is how we are going to install it. Just install the bag. Now you can use it in the bag if you want to, but we're going to install the bag. I'm going to take it out so we can see everything a little bit better. Let's go ahead and get this set up. Twist it in there. All right, so we got that set up right here. Go ahead and this is just a little twist and click business. Boom. Now it is secured there in the frame. So yeah, fits in here pretty nice. Can probably tighten this down a little bit more. Yeah, that is not too bad. It doesn't stick out too fairly far, so it's probably not going to get in your way if you're pedaling or anything like that. But let's go ahead and twist this off and let's plug her in. So open this up, take the inverter out. Would be cool if we had some rubberized feet or something like that, but not a huge deal. And so here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna plug it into the back here. Get our charging port. Now the nice thing here is the charge port looks much different than the inverter port, so it'd be hard to screw that one up. Let's see. Plug that in on this side. Boom. All right, so we got that plugged in here. Get this plugged in on this side. It's gonna go up, upside down. There you go. Now to turn it on, you're gonna press and hold this power on button here for about 5 seconds. Boom, it's gonna show us what we got going with our battery here. So we're at 47.7 volts, 53%. Not too shabby. And then we got that AC button so we can press and I guess hold this down. Maybe press and hold it down a little bit more. There we go, so switch to 120 volts. We're not pulling any watts on here, so, you know, I'm not gonna see that happening. Oh, 8 watts. So yeah, so now we can plug something on the side if we want to, and this is all running off of the battery, which is pretty cool. So I'm gonna take it out of AC mode. And boom, there you go. Now, pairing this with the sun dishes, that's not what they're called. Now, pairing this with the solar panels, it's always interesting because solar power technology is just usually not there. But we had a guy who bought one of these, thinking he had a basalt step through, took it out camping, completely drained the battery because he wanted to test out the effectiveness, and he was able to fully charge his battery in 5.5 hours, and he said it takes 6 at home. So I don't know what they have going on or what technology they're using, but it seems to be working really, really well. So let's go ahead and plug in those solar panels and see how that functions. Now we're inside still. I know I said we're going outside, but so we're not going to get any power most likely, but I just want to show you the setup process. So if you do have these two components, you can go out there and test it for yourself. All right, so we got a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 panels, which is pretty crazy. I've seen a lot of those electric power things. They come with 3 or 4. Looks like every other one has a stand. All right, so we got them all stood up. Minus this last one. So that's some pretty serious coverage you get here. So I see why he was able to do it in 5.5 hours, because it's, yeah, normally you see 4 panels, but this is double that. So that is pretty impressive. And then to plug it in, obviously we're just going to undo this cord back here. And then that is going to plug into our inverter. Have to scoot all these down a little bit. All right, so we got that figured out. Then in order to charge it, we're gonna come over here, plug this into our DC in. And, all right, well, it's saying it's in charge mode. So right now we're not pulling any amperage, but we're inside. We got a couple of overhead fluorescents, and that's not really gonna do it for charging up the bike. So ideally you wanna be outside, test this, but we're inside just showing you how all this stuff works. And like I said, it's pretty quality stuff. Feels very sturdy, very durable, and the fact this comes with 8 panels instead of the typical 4 that we see is pretty impressive. So I would say I'm a pretty big fan of the setup here. And if you're somebody that goes off-roading or camping and you want to take something long, the first time I saw this actually was at Electrify Expo in Austin, and the Mokwheel guys were using one of their bikes to power a refrigerator. They're giving everybody cold water on a hot day, so that was cool. And that's when I realized, like, oh, there's something to this. Like, it does actually work. So yeah, pretty impressed with it so far, and look forward to doing a couple more adventures with it.